Hey, what's going on, everyone? I just wanted to go through a couple things here from Aurora DSP. They're doing a sale for the next 7 days. You can get 50% off with the discount code. I believe it's Support Ukraine, but I'll put that in the description here and put it in the comments underneath. But yeah, basically they are going through and well, let me read how they're doing this. Um, all of the revenue from their software sales are going to help Ukraine. The funds will be transferred to the Ukraine Red Cross, and it's for the victims of the war in Ukraine. So they're trying to do what they can to help the people that really need it now. And so I figured I would go through and demo both of their products that they have out. They have a few more, but these are the two main ones. Um, Rhino, which is the guitar amp sim, and Mammoth, which is the bass amp sim. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. Any other stuff I'll put in the comments. But here is Rhino right out of the gate. As soon as you load it up, obviously I reloaded it to start. And I don't need that high, but right off the bat you have your input and your gate with attack and release controls, high pass filter, everything you need coming right in. You can adjust the slope of the high pass. We'll bring it up to 6. But yeah, that's a nice feature to have on the way in. Very easily, you can just adjust everything right from that screen without exploding it. And then we come in, and here's your amp controls. And overdrive's on the left, but I'll get into those in a second. Alright, so our first one is kind of a clean amp here. And we'll get through some of these because this is cool. They got a nice little fuzz on this, which works really well for this on the clean amp. And then we'll turn this guy off and come over to this here just on the amp itself. Then your pedals over here, you have the fuzz, you got a little compression at the bottom. I'm not really going to dive into that. It's a compressor pedal. We all know how that works. And then we have Scream, which I'm pretty sure is self-explanatory on what that's modeled. And then Brute over here, I don't know for sure. I don't know what that one is. I'm assuming it's probably like a Boss OD1, something along those lines. Then onto the blue model. Then of course you have your low, mid, treble, like normal. And double clicking will just reset, which is a nice feature. Scoop City. All right. Oh, and while I'm on this, over on the outside here, the last panel before it comes out, you have your output overall, then a limiter, which is really, really useful, and it's really clean too. It's not leaving artifacts. It's really hard to tell it's there. But then we have this tight knob, which is essentially just a low-end multi-band compression. And when you're just playing, it may not be a big deal, but getting that under control is super useful when it's in a mix. And we'll come over to the last amp model, which I don't know what the purple is, but... Fire apparently gets it really loud. There's nothing. Alright, so we'll come back over to this. This is kind of my preferred setup. And then we have the EQ section, which you have your basic controls that just grab the region, nice and quick and easy for quick adjustments. But then you can expand and you have full control, just parametric EQ, which is very nice with the RTA. Control the Q. And we'll get that flat again. And it's got this tone matching section that it does what it sounds like. It matches a tone. I'm not going to get into that in this video. I'm sure there's other ones out there that you can check out, but it's a really cool feature to have. And then over to the IR section. And it's got that full blending. If you've ever used something like STL Libra, this is going to feel very familiar. Then you can load your own custom ones. You know, just over here, load it up, grab whatever you want, and then now it's in the list. And just so that everyone knows, you have 12 IRs that come with this, and it can be blended however. And then once you find it, you can export it and use it in anything else, just like you would with any other custom IR. But yeah, so you have your different for now, we'll just keep it on there. Then power amp section, you have your presence, resonance, and then we got this hot knob that I'm assuming is like your bias. And then on top of that, we have 3 different settings here for the power amp. It's on the studio now. Then over to live. And then the flat. So there's all of the normal stuff here, and then we'll get into the effects. Yeah, one of the cool ones that I didn't even know for a little while, this Rhino does this. Cool octaver, easy to blend, and we'll get into the mod effects. Flanger, I'll turn these up so it's a little bit more noticeable. New chorus. And your phaser, which is kind of cool. You can adjust the center. And it gets weird sounding. Yeah, it's crazy. And you could have them all on if you really wanted to. It'd just get weird. All right, that's enough of that. And then over to the time-based effects, which I think these are fantastic. The delay is great. You're just normal classic setup delay here. You can have this thing go on forever if you wanted. But that's overkill for sure. Then you have your sync button. You can sync right to your DAW's tempo, or you can go to milliseconds, whichever you prefer. Blend knob just like the others. And then you have a second type of delay that has a few more options here. Your classic delay. Then we get the slap back. Gets that kind of tiled room sound. And then the ping pong, I'm not sure if this is going to come through on Facebook or not. I can't remember if they started doing stereo or not, but whatever. Cool. So there's those. And then the reverbs. You have your normal settings here. I don't know what it's based on, but it's just called classic. Let's get a little bit of width. Turn up the size and oh, I don't need it that high. So we have those, and then we have the reverb IRs that they include, which is really cool. And we got plate, room, halls, all of that, whatever you would want to use. It's all there, and then you can load your own as well, just like the cab IRs, and get them both on, get a really nice lead sound. And then your basic mix controls, and you can switch back and forth. Like, they keep everything right here, and then you can explode everything out. It's a really, really intuitive layout. I like it a lot. And of course, you have a bunch of presets and all that, but, you know, whatever. You can go through, take it from dark mode to light mode, if it's easier on your eyes that way. And then it does have a tuner that I believe is based on almost the same thing as their Tuna plugin that they have out, and I believe that's free. I'm not totally sure, but yeah, works pretty good. It's fairly accurate. It's nice to have, especially whenever you need something real quick. And I think that's it for this one. Let's grab the bass, and we'll go do Mammoth next. All right, cool. So we'll go through, get the primal. So this was their first one, I believe, that they put out. And I remember vaguely hearing that one of these is based on an Ampeg, one's based on the Dark Glass, and I don't know what the other one is. But yeah, we'll run through this. It's got a couple included IRs here. And yeah, we'll head through, we'll do the dangle. And then, yeah, load your custom IRs just like the other one here, just like Rhino, that blended in. So some of the controls here are really interesting. Obviously you have a drive here, and then you can turn hot on, which is kind of just kicking it into more overdrive. Then to the other model. And then so down here you have your bass control, which is your overall lows. And then we have what's labeled as growl, which is kind of like your lower mids. It's not necessarily anything low. It's in a weird spot, but it's really convenient. Alright, and then so then over here we have a crossover, which affects the blend up here. This is the frequency where you have, I believe, the DI low end, or it's completely crushed on the low end. I can't remember exactly how they do it, but it's really similar to a pretty common technique that's used in mixing. So if you have, I'll pull this up so it's audible on phones too for whatever reason. So you have the crossover at 334, and then now we're just getting the low heavy. Bring it up. Now we're getting all the which is really nice. You can kind of get that overly compressed low end, blend it in with your top end however you want. That distortion is so extreme. You've got your low, mid, high at the top. These aren't overly, I'm not going to say they're not useful because they are, but they don't have a wide range. Maybe they go a little further than I thought they did. I have this pretty much maxed out just so you can really hear what it's doing. I don't know what this HQ button does. I'm assuming it's probably like an oversampling. That would be my guess, but I don't know that. Oh, and every section over here is, well, at least the IR in this little growl section is bypassable. So if you really wanted to use your own IR loader, you can. And I believe, oh, and there's one more. We have our mix over here. Let me turn it on this crazy one so we can really hear. It's basically blending the DI in with the process signal from what I'm interpreting, which works nice with this heavily distorted one. That's just mean. Oh, and then we have slam here, which is just a limiter on the way out. Yeah, I got a couple presets here. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of both of these plugins. I think they sound great. They have a wide range of use. And like I said, for the next 7 days, they're doing a half-off sale. And all the proceeds are going to the victims of the war in Ukraine. So if you liked either one of those, please go help support them. They're an awesome company, great cause. And yeah. So I think that's it for this video. And thank you for anyone who stayed this long. That's awesome. And good night.